Since December 31st, state officials estimate nearly 215,000 Minnesotans have caught COVID-19. Many of those people have finished their isolation period, or they will soon. We want to know, how should people act after isolating from COVID, and how long does the natural immunity last? Good question. Jeff Wagner learned several variables determine how long you're protected.
Like many Minnesotans, Barb Costi and her husband spent the holidays in quarantine after contracting COVID.
And I'm still dealing with the cough, but I am negative now.
You have the vaccination, you have the boost, and now you have a little bit of natural immunity. Are you ready to get back out there in the world? Are you going to do anything different?
Well, I'm hoping so. My son tells us that we're bulletproof now.
The couple is now contemplating a flight to Vegas, but Barb isn't rushing to book tickets.
Where is that apprehension based in?
I'm more apprehensive about catching it again.
While it is possible to get reinfected, it likely won't happen for those who just ended isolation.
What are the protocols once you recover from COVID?
I think the first take-home message is that you have some immunity against COVID-19 for some period of time.
Dr. Avinash Virk is an infectious disease physician at the Mayo Clinic. She says studies have shown people have some COVID immunity 6 to 10 months after their infection.
However, the protection is best within the first 90 days. And even more so within the first 45 days.
Not only for yourself, but others. For example, let's say you just recovered from COVID right as someone else in your house tested positive. The CDC says you only need to isolate if you show symptoms. Otherwise, wear a mask when indoors in public for 10 days after the exposure.
Does that give you a little bit of peace of mind hearing that to an extent?
Yeah, I think it does.
Despite having some COVID immunity, Dr. Virk says it's possible you can catch the virus again months later, but it should better protect against severe symptoms or hospitalization.
That caveat is not truly there for people who are immune compromised, because their immunity is not as good. And so I think they really still have to be more cautious.
Getting vaccinated or boosted helps once the natural immunity wanes. And with the way Omicron is spreading, doctors still recommend people wear masks.
We were wearing cloth masks and paper masks before.
Jeff Wagner.
I went on and I bought the KN95 masks now.
WCCO 4 News.
If you haven't had a booster shot yet and you've just finished isolating from COVID, doctors say get it as soon as you can, so long as it has been 5 months since you received your initial vaccine shots. If you have a good question for Jeff, just email him through WCCO.com/links.